Hello, hello, and Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa to everybody. How is everyone doing? Hope you had a good holiday weekend if that was your thing. If not, hope you had a good weekend in general. It was a nightmare for me, but that's okay. It's fine. Medications exist, and the world can disappear and be a glorious, wonderful fairyland for a couple days. Plus, friends came over. Like, real world friends came over, and it was crazy. There were people in my house. Strange, I know. But yeah, it was a thing that happened. Hopefully, everything's going well for everybody. And luckily for y'all, you don't have to deal with my rambling by myself all stream because I'm not alone. I'm joined by the wonderful, the marvelous Megan McCarthy.
Hello.
I am not going to get into all of the ins and outs of the nightmare horror show that was my Christmas. Let's just say it was a nightmare horror show that was my Christmas. That, like, you know, that fun of like, let's have a happy holiday because nobody's responding to us and we don't know if people are dead or alive. So let's just live life anyway, not knowing things. Yay! It was fun in that way that, like, being super medicated so that you don't know that the world is there anymore is fun. But yeah, this weekend is a glorious blur in my memory, and I am very glad for that. The upcoming weekend is going to be a glorious blur in my memory, but for very different reasons. Because Brian is already running around like crazy because the New Year's Eve party at the restaurant is coming up, and he's there today. He's getting all the stuff set up for that. I am not going to the New Year's Eve party because nothing good happens if Charlie leaves the house on New Year's Eve. Like, think of me as your doomsday gopher. Like, you know how we all look to see if Puscatani Phil's going to see his shadow and whether or not there's going to be more rain, when, you know, more snow, more winter, or whatever. I'm the apocalypse version of that. Terrible bad things happen if I leave the house on New Year's Eve. So I lock myself in the house. I go nowhere. But this year, people are going to be coming over here, and it's going to be interesting. Knowing the people that are coming over, there will be a lot of rum. A very rummy New Year's.
Nice.
Which I'm okay with. How are you doing today, Megan?
Pretty good. My Christmas involved 3 pieces of cheesecake, so it was a pretty good Christmas, even though I don't really celebrate the holiday. So that was fun.
I love hands.
I love hands too. They're so useful.
We had a philosophical debate about this in the intro leading into going live. But yes, agreed. Hands are wonderful. Hello, CB. How are you doing today? Hope everything is well. Hopefully you are situated in your new place with better internet or something better now, hopefully. Hello, cool gamer. How are you doing today? I say much things. It is my one superpower. I can talk. Because
the ballet.
I have not been to a ballet for a really long time. I feel like I would be less excited about ballet if I still lived in Maryland because my sister-in-law runs a dance troupe. And she's very, how can I say this politely, fastidious about dance. It's very particular about dance. So I feel like I would have different feels, but I would love to go see a ballet. I've not in a while. I don't even know. Maybe in St. Louis. I don't even know if there's anywhere in my state I could go to see a ballet. I know nowhere in town would have one, or the county, or several counties around us. Culture, where are you? Better living through chemistry? Yes. Yes, this is okay. So because I maybe overcorrected with everything going on, I don't know. That's an ecumenical matter. But I was able to completely disrupt my anxiety cycle. So, yay for not having anxiety today. Also, all of the muscles in my back have relaxed for the first time in God only knows when. It's really weird. I'm bendy. I can bend in all the ways. And not because muscle spasms are twisting me and contorting me into different positions. So, you know how they say, like, bad things could lead to good outcomes? Like, bad things lead to good outcomes. I'm actually feeling pretty good today. In like ways that I have not in a while. Really sore though. Did not realize how tight my shoulders were until they relaxed. We have had some wild parties. Yeah. I don't know how many of them are TOS, so can't say too much. And we've had some fun parties. I don't know who else going to be coming out to the house this year for this one, but think both of us kind of want a subdued kind of just New Year, fine. You better be better than that last one, or we're gonna beat you up. Like we're gonna try to like. It's gonna be like how all those Santa movies they have the kids like sneaking around waiting for Santa to come down so they can like catch Santa. I feel like we're gonna be doing that for Baby New Year's, but only so that we can like put them in the chair and be like, look, this year is gonna be better, or else. We're gonna chip you and put a tracker on you, and we're gonna hunt you down. Stupid little New Year's. Like I think it's gonna be more that kind of a holiday because he's had both the one gentleman that is coming over has had both a good and a bad year as well. Yeah, the ballet does sound exciting. Ooh, the Snow Queen. Yes. That's supposed to be the Nutcracker. Ah, yeah, but the Panini. Panini has a lot of ideas. Thank you, Cool Gamer. And I have to say, the only awesomeness here is the fact that there is a community that comes together to support each other because that in this day and age, in this world, that is a miracle and an amazing thing. So you moved the Monday before Christmas, still no carpet or vinyl on the floor, but otherwise you're okay. Seems like that's something they should have done like before, maybe. Just me.
Yeah.
January 5th is when the flooring is allegedly going in. Yeah. Yeah, the cold weather destroyed a friend of ours' pipes. And not like just him, like it was bad for the entire area. And he had been waiting for plumbers for a while. He finally got them fixed yesterday. He was so happy. He said you'd have no idea how happy you can be to flush a toilet. Like just yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
I have not seen Santa with muscles.
No, I was trying to think. I've seen a lot of weird Christmas movies. I rather enjoy weird Christmas movies. But that one has not. That one rings no bells.
Oh no. Not the library.
Hopefully the books are okay.
Yeah.
Because busted pipes can do all manner of chaotic things. Alrighty. So, right off the bat, I'm just going to let you know I don't know what's going to be happening on this channel next week because I'm taking the week off, but I have granted access to so many people that does not mean there won't be a stream next week. I don't know. I'm not trying to guilt anybody into doing things. I'm just saying, literally, I might look at my phone and go, somebody's doing a thing. It won't be me. It won't be me. I am taking next week off.
It'll probably be me.
Because I need to recharge completely. I'm feeling a lot better. I've got a lot of things I want to do next year and have a lot of planning and scheming and plotting and just recharging that needs to be done. I flirted with the edges of burnout this year, and not because I was doing too much, but because I feel like I was doing a lot of the wrong things. Like I was making myself do things because it's the right thing to do, and not because I wanted to be doing them. And so next year I am shifting course a lot, and I need to make sure that I have everything worked out as far as what that looks like. So there will be some planning and plotting and stuff, but also for anybody who's friends with me on Steam, probably a lot of video game playing. I just got Against the Storm. That game is stupid. I hate it, and I can't stop playing it. It's dumb, and it's cruel, and it's mean, and I love it. It's so bad. It's terrible. Why is this game? Like, it's dumb on every level. And it has like weird penalties for not doing things that really upsets me, but at the same time makes the game oddly compelling. Like, I can't explain it. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I don't know if it's still on sale or not. It's in early access. It was on sale for like $15, so that was my Christmas present to myself. It's a city builder roguelite where you're not only trying to build a city, but there's a epic fantasy apocalypse going on at the same time. So you have to try to survive that. You're the viceroy for a really angry queen who has a lot of like faith in you, but will punish you like a mad titan if you don't make her happy. So you have like one score, which is how happy your town is. You have another score for how happy the queen is. You have to do things that will make the both happy, because if your town's not happy, people will move out on you. But if the queen's not happy, she'll just smite you. And then you have the apocalypse that's just trying to destroy you. Like, it's all the things and somehow fun. It's just... And the fact that he keeps offering me, like, you could just enable cannibalism. I'm like, no, I'm not enabling cannibalism. We will find meat. Okay. But, cannibalism, no. No. Just the fact that that's an option. Well, you could always do human sacrifice and see if that would, like, appease the gods and make something good happen. I am not going to just start randomly killing people in front of the giant turtle to see if we can get good weather. That's the other thing. The altar in the middle of town is a giant turtle that's like huddled over a fire. It's kind of cute. Like, it's weird because it's oddly cute and like really dark at the same time, which is like my sweet spot. So I'll probably be playing that a lot.
Nice.
Let's see. Yeah, Snow Queen is pretty. I enjoy the music for the Book of Mormon. I don't know that I've even seen a YouTube video of people performing it. Oh. Yeah, I could understand preferring the Nutcracker, though. Well, I mean, Hamilton's a really high bar to, like, hold up to things. It's kind of like, what were we talking about the other day? Oh, Glass Onion. Because Glass Onion's up on Netflix if anybody hasn't seen it. And like a lot of my friends were asking what I thought about it, and I was like, well, it's not as good as Knives Out, but Knives Out is like odd perfection in its own weird Rian Johnson sort of a way. Like, it's really good. And Janelle Monáe is so good at it. I'm like, oh my God. But like, I can say that about almost every actor in it, but Janelle Monáe, as she does, steals the show. But perfection, like when you hit something where like everything's pumping on all cylinders, really hard to match up with that, even if it's still really good. And if you haven't seen Glass Onion, it's really good. Sorry, there was a weird knocking outside my house, but it was not on the door. And I know it wasn't just me hearing things, because the dog got up to investigate as well.
That's weird.
Like, it sounded like, those wiffle ball bats that kids have, like, that are hollow, and when they like hit them on the ground, they make that kind of really hollow, plasticky bunking sound. It sounded like that, but
Weird.
outside. And I can see the front yard and there's nobody out there. I don't know what that was. I'm going to blame outdoor cats. Um,
Outdoor cats playing wiffle ball.
uh, I have
Missy.
weird I have weird feels about Les Mis, but I can understand how everybody likes it. My favorite musicals are cancel worthy because they're trash. I like trash musicals. I make no bones about it. My absolute favorite musical is Hedwig and the Angry Inch for so many reasons.
I think one of my favorites is now Cyrano.
I'm hoping that I am now emotionally consonant enough to watch it because I know how
Ooh,
that story goes,
yes.
and I'm like, I don't need to cry. Like, I don't need to hate this movie because how dare you give me feelings? Like, because that's kind of the
Oh, there are
thing.
scenes that will make you cry.
Oh yeah,
I
I
guarantee.
like knowing the story of Cyrano and Peter Dinklage is such a good actor. Like, I knew that that would be a
The
possibility.
scene that makes me cry doesn't even have Peter Dinklage in it. Like
Ooh.
the song just breaks my heart every time. It's so good. Like it has the guy who plays does it even no it doesn't even have the guy who plays Christian in the movie. Like it's just a sad scene in the middle.
Oh wow. I can't wait.
You'll know it when you see it. Like it's
I'm
quite
just
obvious.
I've been kind of in this place where like, oh, you gave me emotions. You are the worst thing ever because
Mm.
my brain. And I feel like I've gotten to a place of like emotions are fine. I can have some emotions. It's okay. I won't scream and shout and try to destroy the world because I had feelings. Maybe we'll see. Alrighty, I have chitter chatted for a while. Why do I keep trying to make that a thing? Anyway, we have talked for a little bit, and we're going to go outside. Today is our first day with temperatures over freezing here. But this was so pretty, and I wanted to use some of we wanted to use some of Laura's timers. So I'm probably going to be trading up the timers between sprints. But we're going to start with this one because it is so pretty. And also, I can make it full screen and make us be tiny boxes at the bottom. Alrighty, so here's the deal. Make sure that you have your work open. Make sure that you are saving it regularly. The internet has been weird. Very, very weird. In fact, you may hear one of my devices which randomly goes, I can't connect to the internet. Just randomly announces it lately. So enjoy that should it happen. Um, make sure that you are taking care of yourself, that you have something to hydrate with. And it is the holiday season. If you just need to stare out your window, if you just need to stare at a wall, if you just need to play a video game, it's fine. Self-care is productivity for writers. I am going to be writing an article for Substack. Alrighty, having said all that, let's go ahead and get this started. I believe this, like all of Laura's timers, ends with the thundercrack at the very, very end, but it should be silent throughout. Let us go ahead and get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
The end.
I didn't hear anything. I bet I muted the tab again.
I think so, because I didn't hear anything either.
I checked it. I thought I checked it, but apparently I did not. Oh, no, the video itself.
Ah,
The video itself had the tab.
that'll do it.
I checked. The tab is not muted, but the video itself was because, I'm good at it. Oh, my goodness. So, how did everybody do? I continued working on the story that I've been, it's not really a story, the article that I've been doing. And I got it to a point where I think it's done. And I started kind of rereading and editing it. It admittedly has a very open end because I started off on a screed on non-linear action, and like, yeah, I am the person that I am. And yeah, so I've started rereading it to see if it needs more words, less words, or just the right amount of words. Like I'm Goldilocks checking it right now. How did you do?
I got a snack, and then I was just kind of staring off at my computer, waiting for inspiration to strike, and that didn't work. So eventually, I just started free writing every thought that came into my head so that there would at least be something on the paper. It's a mess, but hopefully, something will come out of it. We will see.
The other weird thing that happened is I don't know if the ghosts are angry with me, if something weird's going on with my house or what, but my front door started banging. Like you could see it moving.
Weird.
Like somebody, and it sounded like somebody was hitting it. And there was no one on the front step. And there was nobody there. There's no wind.
What?
Yeah. I that also happened during the sprint and kind of took me away for a little bit. And yeah. I don't know what that was.
Weird.
So I don't know. I'm just gonna say something spooky happened and move on with my life because what else can you do? Good night, CB, and congrats on those 357 words. I have very complicated feels about Les Mis, and it's actually has nothing to do with Les Mis, the musical or the book. It's because of, and like this is going to surprise no one when I say it out loud, because of an extended plot thread in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, where one of the characters gets obsessed with Les Mis and sees himself as Jean Valjean and Captain Sisko as Javert, and it I'm not saying it ruined Les Mis for me for all times, but I cannot think of Les Mis without hearing that actor's voice going, "It's exactly what you wanted, isn't it, Javert?" And it's just like, oh god, what? Like the way they set his character up, he is pretentious enough to be like, I'm going to write myself into this grand narrative when I'm just a piddly little person who has no, like, it fits his character arc to think that he's doing something epic when he's not. And like, I'm fine with it, but I can't think of Les Mis without hearing his whole, like, so you finally caught me, did you, Javert? I'm like, oh, just stop. Please just stop. Please stop. Like, you have the whitest, most Midwestern American accent. Stop trying to pronounce French words like they're French. Like, I would be so much happier if he just called everybody like John Valjean and Javert or something, you know? Or got really confused and tried to call him like Javier.
Javert.
Like anything else would have been better than him tried so hard to properly pronounce these in the manner of the French. Like, just anything would have been better. And as is the case with my life, if there's something weird about me, just ask, what did Star Trek do? You'll probably pinpoint right there. It is. That's where everything went wrong. There was an episode of Star Trek. There was a movie. Something. Maybe even the book. I used to read a lot of the Star Trek books because I have a problem. Though some of them are really good, but others, they were not put together for their quality. I'm just going to say that they had a formula, and they held their writers to it. They don't do that so much anymore, but back in the day, and it was always fun to find out because all the stories were the same. They would go to a place, something crazy was going on, a away team would be sent down, and then the Enterprise would be called away on another urgent mission. And they were left alone on the planet with whatever was going on to figure it out. And of course, they would figure it out just before the Enterprise returned and asks, "Do you need any help out there?" Because this is the plot of every book. And it was always interesting to see the creative steps that they took to make the ship have to leave, especially when it makes absolutely no sense for them to leave anyone in the circumstances that they were left in. Like, why would you leave? Like, this book is basically the Klingon Lord of the Flies. Why are you just leaving people down there? Like, why? What? Why? Why? They found it. Though I do feel that tie-in fiction like that is very good for one's ego. When you feel like no one's going to read my hackneyed plot, buy an old school tie-in book, preferably from the 80s or 90s, when they could literally publish anything because there wasn't a lot out there because there was no internet and fan fiction was hard to get your hands on. The minimum effort books, like these are like, they're not quite zero content books, but they are minimum effort. Hello.
She's like, "Give me off camera.
Give me your attention."
She's Roy's like, "It's almost here. Dinner time.
Roy's not here. All attention belongs to me." Oh my. But yeah, I feel like the thing that I'm writing, I even say it in the thing that I'm writing, this is my annual like Eeyore why bother post, where this year I kind of mean it in ways that I didn't before. And yeah. So hopefully other people will find it motivational. I'm trying, like with a lot of my motivational writing, I'm talking to myself. But yeah, this year has been a lot of why bother? Whereas Brian goes, I go to Eeyore, Brian goes to the Rockbiter from the Neverending Story. Like, I always know when he's at this point because I just look over at him and he just goes, "They look like such big, strong hands, don't they?" Like, no, we're not giving in to the nothing. If anything, we're going to tame the wolf and make him our new friend. Let's go make a wolf friend. Woohoo! Hey guys, yeah. Sorry, my doggy is still like all ears up, like what made the door go boom? She's also mad because we moved the heater into the other room. She does not have the constant warmth. So our house, oh wow, I whistled. Our house cycles again. Where between the big heater running, it gets a little chilly. Because we learned through this winter storm, because we kept thinking our heater was broken. It allows for an up to 4-degree variant off of what you set it at. So
Wow.
if we set it at 72, it will kick on at 68.
Interesting.
That doesn't seem quite right. Like, like I could understand giving it a plus or minus like 1 or 2 degrees because you don't want it to be randomly kicking on all the time because of a slight draft in the house or something.
Yeah.
4 degrees. It feels like an awful large variant. Yeah, maybe it's just me. Alrighty. So, I believe it is a good time for us to do another sprint. This time with our pretty
Ooh.
Christmas Bibles because I secretly switched out the timers in the background. Laura has made so
Nice.
many, many wonderful ones.
This one's extra pretty.
This one is so pretty. Oh my goodness. Like, to me, this entire season is about lights. Like, we didn't really decorate this year. Like, we haven't really decorated the house in for a couple years, but we always get the lights out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the lights are always set up. And my, I don't think I've said this on the stream yet, but my niece got me one of those, this little crystal cubes that
Oh
have
yeah.
lights in the middle of them. She got me one of those that's got a really pretty dragon in it that you then
Nice.
have the light shine up through it and it glows. And we set it up over there and have run through the full set of batteries because we didn't think to turn it off, and the base does not have an auto timer on it.
Oh yeah.
See, the other bases, they run for an hour and a half and then they turn themselves off. This one didn't. So we just like had it up being all pretty until its batteries died. So we like the pretty lights. That is definitely our thing in this house. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get ready to do another sprint. Remember, the internet is being weird and everything else is just strange right now, so make sure you are saving your work. Don't feed the gremlins. Make sure that you are backing everything up because it would be a shame to lose your story. As somebody who has lost an entire novel before, I know it is a pain you do not want to feel. Make sure you're backing it up in various places. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get the sprint started in a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, and go.
Woo!
Woohoo! So I finished writing the article that I was working on and started working on the image for social media because for some reason, because it's so personal, I thought it should have my face on it. So I was working on one of those weird pictures of my face
Nice.
that I do. Um, so, but yeah, I don't know. It's a reason. That's all I can say. It's a reason to keep going. I found one. I found something to hold on to, and I'm going to hold on to it. How did you do this sprint?
Well, for most of the sprint, I was eating popcorn because, of course, and while I was eating popcorn, I was contemplating what I'm going to be what I'm going to be writing. Of course, I couldn't write and type or type and eat at the same time because my hands were dirty. So I came up with the idea that if I'm not gonna have uh, an idea that's gonna work, so I'm just gonna pick any old idea out of my 54 list of ideas or whatever ridiculous number I'm up to now, and I'm just gonna break it into little tiny pieces and just focus on finishing each little tiny piece at a time, and hopefully eventually at the end I will come up with a essay of some sort.
Yeah, the entire article that I'm working on right now came from me. I've been rereading The Listening Society, so I'm sorry. I am just apologizing ahead of time. Like, I'm sorry. Hello, Jordan. How are you doing today? And hello, Nia. I got a message from you on the Instagrams, and I'm kind of excited. That is exciting. Pictures are weird. This is especially now that I know, because I'm of course going to be doing the audio with this. This is one of the things I'm going to try to do for all my articles going forward, is have the ability for you to just hit play and hear me hear my voice narrate what's there, because I like that is a feature that they offer, so that if people either have issues reading or just want to have it on in the background, they can. Also, I'm going to be chucking that audio onto probably the non-binary author podcast for people that are not subscribed to the Substack.
Scribbled.
So I have the audio done, but now I know that whatever you pick for your social media picture is what it will make the album art for the podcast. Which it basically crops a square out of the center of whatever picture you pick and makes that the album art, which luckily, because I'm also using this to make my Instagram posts, well, I'm letting it use it to make the Instagram posts.
Yeah.
I was very focused on what's in the middle because it does the same thing for those. But it has kind of, I don't want to say changed the way I'm thinking about doing the social art for these, but it has made me be a lot more cognizant of what they're going to look like, because, well, now I know that it's going to be literally the album art for the podcast. So I'm hoping to make them interesting enough that if somebody checks out the podcast and they see that all of these episodes have different album art for them, that hopefully the title plus album art will be interesting enough for them to go, what is that? And
yeah.
It's a whole other level of things. I'm also kind of hoping, I know I'm obsessing about that Remarkable tablet, but I have been for a while, and now that I know it's like on its way to my house, I can't stop thinking about it. But I used to love to do sketches and stuff, and digitizing sketches is a pain in the butt, and I don't like doing it. So I haven't really been doing that. But I got to thinking, like, I'm literally going to have a sketch pad that I can just draw on. As one of the tutorial videos I was watching on it was basically how to use it for the arts, because the pen that it has understands the tilt. So I can actually should be able to do quite a bit of the art things with it. I'm really curious.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, because that would be really fun, because I had thought a while back of doing a sketch a day for Instagram, because I never know what to post over at Instagram. I don't live an Instagram worthy life. Like, it's not a lot of things that I do that are Instagram worthy. My animals fear my camera in a way that I cannot comprehend. Like, they can hear me open it. Like, as soon as I open the lock screen, they run. Like, no, you are not monetizing me on the internet for your own personal gain. No, this is not happening. So I can't even do like the cute animal pictures that I would love to do, which is why when I do share pictures of them, they're sleeping, because I can sneak up on them and get a picture. But I don't like drawing with my Wacom, because I do have a Wacom tablet, and I hate that it's pronounced Wacom, but that's what the way the company pronounces it, because it just sounds like a bad arcade game. But I don't like sketching with it, because I have my hand down here and my eye has to be over there, and my brain doesn't do the connection. And I tried sketching on my iPad, but it just didn't feel right to me. But this is supposed to the Remarkable is supposed to feel like paper. It's supposed to feel like it's been textured, so it should feel like you're working on paper. So I'm hoping that works. Oh, it is hilarious. Like, I have at times, when they were just being all about the mischief, just pulled my phone out so that they would run and hide and stop being mischievous little house demons. Because I don't know what it is about the phone, but they hear it and they're like, nope, nope, nope. And they're gone. Like, it's weird, but I have come to accept it with all of the sadness that comes with it, because those cats do crazy things. I have one cat that likes to ride my dog like she's a horse. Like, she'll just climb on the dog's back, and the dog will just like run in, and there's the cat like on her back, like dee, 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 like nothing's going on. Like, this is normal. Like, this just happens. No, this doesn't just happen. It's really cute. And we've joked about just getting a Nest camera and pointing it at the hallway, just to get stills of the animals doing some of the things, so we have proof for people who haven't been to the house that our animals do these things. Like, when they start doing their Matrix fights in the hall, because they don't fight, but the cats will literally run at each other, run up each side of the hall, up the wall, and jump off at each other, grab each other in the midair, and then spiral down to the ground, and then do it again. Like, this is their favorite game. They just like run up the walls, grab each other, and helicopter to the ground. It's like the greatest thing. I want this on film. Other people need to see this. It's kind of amazing. But again, pull out the camera and they're gone. Frustrating. So frustrating. Right? I mean, not just that. I feel like a lot of people think that, like, I don't believe half the stories I tell about the cats, especially, even though I've seen it, because it sounds so ridiculous. And so I know a lot of people probably think, like, oh, you're just a writer from the Ozarks and you're embellishing. Like, no, my cats are weird. I've owned cats my entire life. I've never had cats like these. They're their own kind of crazy, and I don't know how to cope with it. I'm gonna have to refill my water next sprint. But yeah. So I don't know. I just keep obsessing about all the things that I can do once it gets here, and I just keep hoping. Like, there's part of me that like,
Soon,
the
soon.
sun is down. It's getting a little late for them to do a delivery. Maybe they snuck it into the garage, and Brian will bring it in when he gets home tonight. Like, I'm living in this weird state of hope because I want to start playing with it. I just want to start playing with it. I just,
It's like the ultimate toy for a writer.
It is. And I handwrote almost all of my early books. And I love doing that. And I miss it so much. I miss it so much. I have so many weird notes. Like when I say making my world building human readable, it's because most of my world building is in these little journals because I love handwriting so much that I handwrite most of my world building so that I have the experience of handwriting because I love doing it. And then I have to migrate it from these things into human readable form for the computer to put them up on World Anvil and whatnot. But the idea of a machine, like this is the dream machine. Because I remember there was the weird fan summit that took place about 4 years ago, I think it was, where I mentioned how much I missed handwriting. And a whole bunch of people that like my podcasts and stuff got together and put together a list of everything that they could find that would translate handwriting to type, to send it to me as a way of, here, maybe this will help. And it was one of the greatest birthday presents I've ever gotten, because like a bunch of people that I like literally do not know got together to do this. But also, like, none of the software really worked. It didn't work that well.
Oh man.
And like, and the only reason I have such high hopes for this is because I know someone who has one and it works for her.
Mm-hmm.
She has demoed it while we've been in video chat.
Mm-hmm.
And like, like this glimmering hope, this whisper of a dream that I could get back to just handwriting. Granted, I will never be able to tell my word count in chat again on a stream. I will just be like, I don't know, I was writing, but I'll be able to hold up a page and be like, see, look, words. That might be enough to actually make me buy one of those cameras like Jules has, the overhead camera. Yeah. So I can just sit there and
the teacher camera.
Yeah, the teacher camera. So I can just like handwrite on stream, because nobody would care. I know nobody would care, but I would be so happy. Like, look at that. Look as I write story. Story is being written with my hand. Like, it's a weird obsession. I understand it's a weird obsession. Oh, my accent's coming out. But it is an obsession that I have. I'm very, very excited about it.
Ooh, it's a carry.
I just heard a carry boop. But yeah, just the idea of being able to do this again, like especially for some of the stuff that I'm doing to be, I don't know. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to stop talking. It's literally all I want to talk about is that I might be able to, honest to God, start handwriting again. Like, oh my God, just. How are you doing, Carrie? Distract me from my
pretty good. And patiently waiting for Amazon. Once again, they are one town over and taking 5 days to get here.
Oh man.
So that's the other thing that's driving me crazy. They didn't send me a tracking number.
Oh no, that's no.
So I have no idea where it is. Any of the things, like I told Megan before we got started, there are 2 packages we're waiting that were supposed to be here by Christmas that are not here yet, and neither one of them sent me a tracking number, so I have no idea where they are. I'm assuming that they have shipped
Oh.
because we're in the window for delivery that they gave me. But hello, Jules.
Hello, Jules.
But I have no idea if they've even shipped. I'm just living in that whisper of a dream, that hope that maybe, just maybe, they've actually shipped. They'll be here soon. They'll be here soon.
Ooh, Jules made the eggnog from 1895, and she is waiting for it to cool.
Ooh, I love me a good eggnog.
Ooh.
I kind of wanted us to do the really scary fermented science eggnog this year, but Brian was not brave enough, and we did not do it. We're starting to experiment with fermented foods, and so like we've gotten brave enough. We're making our own in-house kimchi now, and dear God, yes, everyone do this. It is so good. If you like kimchi, yes, so much better than store-bought. But we watched, I think it was an Adam Ragusa video about this eggnog that these scientists make every year, that you literally mix everything together and then leave it on your counter for like 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And it ferments itself and is safe to drink by Christmas.
Wow.
Like you make it, like the latest you can make it is you can make it Thanksgiving, and it will be ready. It takes 4 weeks for it to basically kill off all the bugs. But it's supposed to be safe to drink, and it's supposed to be really flavorful and really, really good. And I'm like terrified about leaving something with eggs on my counter for like 4 to 6 weeks. But at the same time, like they've been doing it at this laboratory for like 65 years. And it's literally one of those laboratories that studies how to do human edible fermented food. So
Gotcha.
like, if anybody would know how to do it,
Yeah.
follow their recipe exactly.
Yeah.
But I want to try it. Yeah, waiting on packages is definitely the worst.
Yeah, I got the notification yesterday that it had shipped, and it was coming literally from like the next town over.
Oh man.
And I'm like, so why isn't it here? And I kept getting later and later times, like 3:30 to 7:30, and then 3:45 to 7:45, and then 4 to 8, and I'm like, it's 6:40. Where is my package?
There's an angry Krampus on the interstate between you and them, preventing them from traveling. And they don't want the angry, evil Krampus to steal the package. So it's taking time. Or some such, I don't know.
I thought they were run by the angry, evil... Never mind.
No, they're run by the Ebenezer Scrooge, who makes all the knob rockets.
Yes.
Hello,
Okay,
Bonnie.
yeah, that's right.
I have not social media'd in I don't know how long. Like, I had a very good break from the universe. I mean, it wasn't a good break. Like, bad reasons, good break. There we go. Summed it up. But yeah.
Oh, good. It's finally going to be here soon. Like, it's been a whole 20 minutes since I've checked my phone. Let's see what's going on.
Well, see, our problem is, for some reason, they have hired like Uber drivers or something to deliver for FedEx and UPS around here. Like, you don't get the truck. Like, somebody will show up in their own car for some reason. Like, I don't know why they don't have the truck, but like somebody will show up in their own car. And so every time I see headlights out my window, I'm like, huh? No, they drove by. Oh, they drove by. Because I am the worst at anticipation. It is not a good thing for me. It is not good. But it is all that I have right now. So I must be okay with it. All right, so I believe it is a good enough time for us to do another sprint. I am hopefully going to figure out what I want this weird picture of Muffice to look like, so I can get this post scheduled. Because I don't know why I chose Malphite to be the 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 the, the thumbnail picture thingy for this. I don't know. It was a choice that I made for reasons. But and
I was having fun making images yesterday for the fan fiction going up on my Substack.
Nice.
And I went through and I double and triple checked all 16 parts to make sure I didn't accidentally hit paywall because I don't want to get sued.
Right. I seriously have been debating whether or not I want to start posting just straight up fanfic over there. I feel like all of my fiction is technically like genre based fan fiction. Just anyway, like, have you read my stuff?
I mean, I wanted to do something, and the Power Rangers nostalgia has been on my brain since Jason David Frank passed away last month. And I remembered I had this fan fiction that I wrote like 10 years ago where I inserted my main character, Tara, into the world of the Power Rangers. I made her like Tommy's cousin. And shenanigans ensue. And
of course.
I'm going to see if I could see if I have this file. Looked every folder I have, every flash drive I own, nothing. And I'm like, are you telling me it's on fanfiction.net? And I didn't remember my email for that account. So I did a search for it. And you can't highlight and copy paste on fanfiction.net because they want to like protect people's work. So I sat there most of Monday and a good chunk of yesterday typing up this 10,000 word story. The Word doc like half my screen and then the browser up and I'm like typing and editing as I go. So it actually kind of worked out because there were a lot of like pronoun swaps and really bad, stupid spelling errors and like sentences that didn't make sense. And I'm like, how was this the internet for 10 years?
We will not talk about 10 years ago my writing, no. Unless it's one of the published books. Then it's been edited.
Other than like changing some more like more story related stuff that has to do with my Wishes series, it's wrote it 10 years ago. And then I scheduled it one at a time going up on Friday starting next week. So happy New Year.
I might actually start doing a fan fiction series. There is in Star Wars Visions that came out last year. There is one of the short films. It's called The Ninth Jedi. And it is such an interesting take on what Star Wars could be. And I'm kind of frustrated that I don't think we're ever going to get anything more in that universe because they have not confirmed whether or not that they're going to do a sequel to it in the next year's Visions collection or not. And it's such an interesting take. I might just like take that episode as just watch that episode. We're continuing from there and just pick up the characters and run because there are some really interesting ideas that they did in there. Like it's set in this time where, of course, the Jedi are all gone and there's like very few left because, of course, Star Wars. But the lightsaber is actually fueled by the person that wields it. So depending on how strong they are in the Force, how bright it is, and depending on their own what kind of person they are, what color the blade will be. So the more evil they are, of course, the more red the blade becomes. And there's this amazing fight where a bunch of Sith are fighting with their red lightsabers, and one of the lightsabers starts turning purple as the character is starting to question whether or not they're on the right side. And it's like, it's such a brilliant like little thing that they did, and the characters were also really neat. If you haven't checked it out, it's on Disney Plus. It's like 10 minutes, It's not going to take a lot of your time. Really fascinating short. That would be a fun thing to just write some little fanfics off of and continue the story on.
Yeah.
I might do that. That might be a fun little thing because
Also, posting my fanfic takes me until like April to think of something else to put on that section of the Substack. So I can come up with something.
Speaking of super scheduling things for the Substack, I guess this is an invite for anybody that's not Jules because of the conversation that you had on your stream this morning. Not that I'm excluding you. If you want in, let me know. But you said you don't like audio content. I may have some audio content I need some beta readers on to listen to see how it sounds. Like maybe about 30 some chapters of audio that might need to find out if like it sounds okay before I start scheduling like a year's worth of audio content for the Substack. So if anybody be interested, do let me know. Is dark and a wee bit spooky, but has a lot of romance in it. Kinda, it's weird.
1895 egg dog recipe. Separate 5 egg yolks, save the whites for later. Whisk sugar approximately 1 cup into the yolks. Set aside. In a pot, heat 2 cups milk, 1 cup heavy cream, cinnamon, and 4 whole cloves.
Okay, we're already off to a very good start.
Heat milk/cream mixture into scalding, but not to boiling. Remove from stove. Temper the yolk and sugar mixture with half of the milk mixture. Once tempered, add the pot and return to stovetop.
So you're making a custard. You're actually making a custard. Ooh. Drinking custard is the best.
Low heat until thick. Strain/remove cloves. Beat egg whites and more sugar until it begins to form peaks. Fold egg white mixture into the rest. Add 1 teaspoon nutmeg and 1 teaspoon vanilla and stir.
Nice.
Optional. Heat again to cook egg whites. This may make it less fluffy. Place in refrigerator until cool. Top with more nutmeg as desired.
Oh, that sounds like heaven.
I need some of that in my life.
That sounds so good.
I don't have any of these ingredients except for the egg yolks.
Eggs have become insanely expensive around here, which is really frustrating because, like, the farms are just down the road. Like, we could drive by and wave at the chickens. Like, I know where you're getting your eggs from. They're just down there. But, like, one of the things Brian learned today is depending on which Walmart. This is not between stores. They're both Walmarts. The one Walmart, the eggs are $2 a dozen more expensive than the other Walmart.
Wow.
That's a big difference.
Yes.
It's money extraction.
Yeah. It's insane how much they're charging. It is insane. Like, I think the cheapest eggs we were able to find were like almost $5 a dozen.
Oh my.
And like,
that's ridiculous.
The chickens are just down the road.
Extortion.
Yes.
Trying to get me to say the bad words like Brian does. I see what you're doing. See what you're doing.
I couldn't help.
Oh, I can imagine it was difficult to find the heavy whipping cream. A lot of places don't carry that. Oh man, So needless to say, we haven't really done anything with eggs in it in a while because they're just so insanely expensive, and he is so frustrated because with the restaurant we go through like 10 dozen eggs a week.
That's a lot of eggs.
That adds a lot of cost. Like they're like 4 times what they used to cost. So eggs are a very sore topic around him. But he's not here, so Okay, I just saw a weird light in the front. Yeah, I don't think anybody's here. Hopefully, my door doesn't start shaking again. I'm still obsessing with that, trying to figure out what that was earlier. But I'm going to try to get this picture done and get this post scheduled. I have switched out our timer again because Laura has so many beautiful, beautiful seasonal timers. And yeah, this one I feel is like super appropriate though, because it's like all of the cinnamon sticks and just everything. Like, yes, yes. I might make a cinnamon. Ooh, wait, do I have an orange cinnamon tea in there? I think I have an orange spice tea. I might do that at the beginning of the sprint instead. I don't know. We'll see. Only time will tell. They are. Laura's timers are just phenomenal. And I have not really done any seasonal anything for the stream other than the thumbnails because I've been obsessively using the windy cow timer, which is how I've decided to start referring to it. And I thought we would give the cow some time by herself today and play with the wonderful Laura timers. We'll probably be back to the windy cow next time we get together. Also, a reminder, since there are a bunch of people here now that weren't here earlier, I don't know what's going to be happening next week. I am taking next week off from like almost everything because I need to recharge and get my year set up because it's been a rough week. Like, I'm very happy that I'm here and that I'm feeling as good as I'm doing. And while I don't know what the future holds, I do know that I need to get myself like ready for this next year. So I'm going to be resting and recuperating and plotting and scheming next week. So, but since so many people have access to this account, who knows what will be happening here? I can't speak for the account itself. Just because I'm on vacation doesn't mean shenanigans won't ensue. Yeah,
shenanigans will probably ensue, knowing Carrie and I.
Though I do believe Brian is still planning on doing his stream, the Thursday stream over on Twitch next week. When I asked him, he said, "Why wouldn't I play a game?" And I was like, "Okay." Like, you make a valid point.
My package is here.
Woo!
So I will talk to you guys after the sprint.
Let's go get this sprint started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Cheers.
I finished the picture.
Woo!
I was getting everything up and to schedule it to come out. I'm debating whether it should come out tomorrow or next week. Just because it is kind of like my year-end manifesto. Like complaining about the year that was, and well, not really complaining about the year that was, more just like everybody already knows the world's a mess, everything's a mess, and then going through the philosophical reasons why to keep working even though the world is a mess. So it'll probably be out tomorrow. But I've got the audio ready. I've got the picture ready. The picture is just dumb, and I love it. It's like I am a big fan of doing big.
Bork, 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 bork.
Borkity bork bork bork.
Intruders, intruders.
There's the picture. Is dumb, is fun, is exactly what I was wanting to do.
It kind of reminds me of like a high school mascot for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe just the colors, the blue and the black.
Oddly enough, not what I was going for, but oddly on point with what the success. But yeah, I took some fun. I might use some of the other pictures. I took several pictures of me making various faces. Everything from serious face to shocked face, like all the faces. And the problem is my eyebrows need a lion tamer. The one thing that I learn about myself every time I do any kind of picture is, wow, those caterpillars on top of my eyes are strange and unusual and do things. Is what is. How everybody else do?
Well, I fed the dogs.
I'm playing a part.
I was feeding the dogs that sprint, so theoretically they should be more calm, but that's not how it's turning out to be, apparently. And then I was working on my Substack post. There we go. There are the words.
There are the words. Yes, words. Why are you? Like, I don't know if Substack was a good idea or a bad idea for me to start doing, because it makes me actually want to write, and that unfortunately means I've been putting a lot out into the universe. That, I mean, I'm putting a lot out into the universe. Wow, this is 1,300 words. I had not looked at the word count yet. It's 1,365 words.
Wow.
It is a over 7 minutes of audio. So yeah. I had no feelings. What are you talking about? Me? Feelings? Never. I would never. But it's really going to be interesting, especially coming next year with all the things that are in the works, that I have to figure out how to do all the announcements for things, because I feel like I should try to do some of it properly and not just be like, oh my goodness, I'm doing this and 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 this. But honestly, that's what I want to do. But like, maybe I should do some trailers. Like, I'm playing around with the idea of trying to do book trailers for some of the books that are coming out, because y'all know I've got like 6 books coming out next year, and I'm like, what would a book trailer for this book even look like? Like what? And then I thought like the best, dumbest thing that I could do would be to load up iMovie because they have a trailer function where it's designed to like make your family photos and videos look exciting and just like use its template and make really cheesy like iMovie trailers for each of the stories. Because
That
why
sounds
not?
fun.
Why not? Like that just
Complete with the cheesy background of "In a world
in
where."
the world. It's like, oh yeah, yeah. Oh, and I do have actual. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm fine. Everything is fine. I apologize for the content that I will be releasing next year. That's all I have to say.
Don't
There will be a
apologize, it's
lot
gonna
of
be
it.
fun.
There will be a lot of it, and I'm kind of at the point in my life where it's just like I'm going to do whatever seems like the most fun way to do the thing. Probably not the best way. And people often disagree with me on what is funnest. So if you are not already subscribed to the channel and that interests you for some strange reason, go ahead and click that button. They changed its color. I can't remember what color it is now. I think it's like clear and becomes black or something. I don't know. They changed the color. I remember their video announcement saying that they changed the color. And that's all I remember. But yeah, next year's going to be interesting.
Oh, someone's unhappy.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I bet Joe just told her that it's jammy time.
Speaking the language of my soul, she's crying out with the voice of my spirit of just, why? But why? Ugh.
Also, holiday food has been giving her some tummy upsets, so
Hi, Laura.
How is California? How is everything? We're using your timers because we missed you.
Don't forget to check our Discord. I have some messages for you so that we can meet up tomorrow.
woo, fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait for her to open the gifts I got her. Like that's what I'm most excited about, I think.
The heater has now run effectively enough that the house is dry.
Thank you to Laura.
Oh my. Nice. So I did I miss anything in the chat? Yes, you came back to an entire recipe. Yes. And you may have missed the dramatic reading of the recipe with commentary track. Because I can't help myself. They're so pretty. You know what? I feel like all of my life is boring, and then I describe it to people, and they're like, "You did what now? With who? What?" And I would just give every writer that one piece of advice: you don't know what your life looks like to people outside of your life. So what you find boring or just regular is probably going to make a lot of people go, "Wait, what now?" Or "Ooh, tell me more." Like you don't know. Things get weird. And I find that while many of us can figure out what a good story is for like writing a book for sake, when it comes to our own personal lives, we have no idea. We think that our boring stories are our boring stories and our interesting stories are our interesting stories. And then we tell them in front of an audience, and then you realize your boring stories are the interesting stories. And your interesting stories scare the crap out of people. At least if you're me. Alrighty, we have time for one more sprint, which makes me very excited because I can get this scheduled and all that other nonsense. And yeah. And who knows, maybe a magic mystery box will arrive this sprint. Like, I'm holding out hope. They have arrived at the house. UPS has arrived as late as 10 here. So I get to live in hope for quite some hours. Yeah, you because it's what's normal to you. Like Laura thinks a lot of the stories she tells about her family are like just boring stories, but like they seem like this magical wonderland of a happy family. Wait, what? Tell me more. Tell me of this fairy tale land where siblings are like nice to each other and do things together and aren't my siblings. I mean, granted, I have one nice sibling. I have three siblings. One makes it onto the nice list. The other two exist. I think that's the nicest way to put it. Alrighty, let us load up. I switched it over to the coffee timer because I am probably going to make myself a hot tea, and I feel like if I have a coffee timer staring at me, I will go, hot beverage, enough that I will actually remember to do it this sprint. Or not. Who knows? I mean, my brain is as my brain is. But I'm going to get this post scheduled. Hopefully, you have your stuff saved and backed up because, as we know, the gremlins are running wild. And we're going to go ahead and get this sprint started in a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, and go.
You've got this.
The happy little messages at the end. Gotta have a little bit of that Laura cheer. Ooh, you look spoopy. Very spoopy. I like it. The eggnog hasn't chilled. I mean, fair though. I haven't chilled either. So I got the thing posted, scheduled. It will be coming out tomorrow. I made myself a orange spiced tea because I love orange spiced tea, and because we had cuties in the house because it was Christmas season. I squoze half of a cutie in here to add to the flavor and put the rind in, so that it will get even more of the hey Joe that we need. So good. But yeah. So that's what I did that sprint. I also watched a really sad short where dang it, I have the John Green was talking about how they're trying to get his books banned from his hometown school libraries.
Oh wow, that's funny.
Which is just a special kind of like wow. Just wow. Like, I'm not the biggest John Green fan, but I would consider everything he's written to be not like children's books, but like teen books.
Yeah.
Like they are about teens for teens. Like he's not even writing in that young. Do we have a category between young adult and middle grade? Because I don't feel like he's. I guess some of his books are young adult, but it feels like they're in that midsection between young adult and middle grade. But yeah. So I'm just sipping on my tea, which I added way too much sweetener to. It's very sweet. I'm not mad at it, but it's almost like orange candy than it is orange flavor because I put too much sugar in. But it's holiday, so
that's my kind of tea. Sweet, 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 sweet.
Yeah, you would like this then, and I think it's partially the sweeties. These cuties are these are the sweetest Tangelos we've ever had, and like I put the rinds in there because once you open them, forever will your hands smell like Tangelos, like forever. Like it will last for the rest of the day, no matter how many times you wash it. Like it's so thin, and I'm not mad at that either. But I was like, getting some of that oil, some of that yummy, oil out. And I think it added more sweetness to the tea. But again, I'm not mad at it. It's nice hot glass of orange spice candy. It's just definitely will be making more of these. How'd everybody else do?
Well, I was looking for places for Laura and I to go hang out at because I don't know the area very well. So we are trying to find places to eat.
I'm a bad person. Did you
I'm
just search Disney Cafe? Search Disney Cafe, see if something pops up. If it does, it's perfect.
I don't think that I will look though. Let's see if there's a Disney Cafe.
I doubt there is, but I'm just saying if something pops up, that might be perfect. Like just like the ideal place. Like I want to meet Laura whenever I can meet Laura in person, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to meet Laura until I get to a Disney park of some sort. Like I kind of feel like it is the natural habitat of the Laura. And I want to see a Laura in the wild. Like
mouse ears and all.
Mouse ears and all. And of course, the really important task of having her help me pick out my mouth ears. Because I've always wanted a pair, but I've never ordered one. Because I feel weird about my love of all things Disney. And the one thing that I love about Laura is she helps me get over that. Because I am very much a Disney person. Alrighty. So we have yes?
I showed Anna Aristocats today.
Oh, I love that movie so much.
I haven't
What'd
seen
she
it since
think
I
of
was
it?
like 13. I think she loved it. She was just Kit Kat.
I can't. I'm thinking that's one of the few Disney projects that kind of exists in its own little world. Like I can't think of those characters, like even in weird cameos, showing up in other things. Have they? Am I wrong about that? If anybody knows if I'm wrong about that, do let me know.
The voice actors.
Well, the voice
definitely.
actors, yeah, but most of through as a Disney kid
I
going all the
feel
way
like
back.
they reused some of the animation is similar to the dance scene in Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Like some of their dance moves are the same.
Well, what I was talking about is like as a kid who grew up on the Disney afternoon, they brought so many, even if they were just background characters in from all the other movies in the background of like DuckTales or Chippendales Rescue Rangers. Like there were so many references to the other Walt Disney movies and stuff in those shows. And in a lot of the Disney stuff that they've done.
I think the only time I ever saw like an Aristocats reference was like this sing-along video that we had.
Yeah. Because there's some obvious places where you could see that happening, like in the remake of Lady and the Tramp. Like I could see the Lady and the Tramp story happening in the same in the same universe as the Aristocats, except for that's from the cat's point of view, whereas you have this like human point of view for the Lady and the Tramp. Like it's a POV thing, but they like I don't know. Definitely like Oliver and Company and the Aristocats would definitely take place in the same world. Like just one's uptown and one's downtown,
just Madame is goals. I mean,
yeah, I can't think of anything else that's ever been referenced in. Like I could see them even doing references to it in like the Rescuers movies, and they didn't. Yeah. I always find it interesting when you find an isolated Disney movie because, like Disney likes to cross-pollinate their stuff in ways that, like, even if it's just a background reference, like, for goodness sakes, in Brave, is it Mater?
The
one of the
Rescuers
cars
could also be, huh?
In Brave, one of the cars shows up as a toy on one of the shelves in the background. It's made to look like it's carved out of wood. But like they do references. There's a lot of self-reference. There, it's there. Look it up. Can't remember which car it is. But yeah, one of the cars is in there as a toy.
Hello, Stephanie.
Yeah, we're just about to go, and then we got onto a Disney talk, and you know me, bring up Disney, and Charlie won't shut up. Alrighty. So just some reminders. I don't know what's happening next week. Talk to other people that will probably be hijacking my stuff for more information thereabouts. I am taking next week off. Probably just for 1 week, but we will see. Like I am so the last couple months have been a soul crushing, destructive, corrosive force on my brain and spirit that I need to put myself back together. So I'm taking the next week off. We're doing the stream tomorrow night over on Twitch. We'll still be doing the stream on Friday, but after that, I'm disappearing for a little bit because I need to refill. As empty on the inside. Oh my goodness. Slow internet or really long video? I'm assuming slow internet. Because that would be a humongous video unless you accidentally tried to upload it in 8K. I did that once. I was very sad. I didn't even know the thing that I was making the video in could export in 8K. Until I waited for all of the upload to finish, and then I was like, wow, why are you still waiting for the like HD version? Because I uploaded the giant one. Oh wow, yeah, that. Well, at least it got there. Yeah, I didn't know that the app. It was the first time I made a video with Descript, and apparently it has options for export. And I thought I clicked them properly, and apparently I had hit the like super ultra HD and not just the HD one.
Oh no!
And it was only later that I realized like this 5-minute video that I made was like a 6.5 gigabyte video.
Oh gosh.
Jesus.
And I was like, why is this video so big? Well, I guess that's why it took so long to upload. And then when I looked into it, I was like, oh, like I made the super duper ultra high def version for no reason. Because the video, it's one of the it's one of the like podcast like episodes for the Project Shadow channel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like the words appearing on the screen while lights are just kind of doing this. Like there's no need for it to be high def, but apparently the source video that I made for the back that I picked for the background has all the little light thing going, and the background was 8K, and it was like, well, it's already in this format, why not? And yeah, took so long. And that's when I learned to always triple check my export settings before I do anything. Oh man, that's crazy. Well, good luck with that. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else. Tomorrow, the new post will go up. So if you want to know what nonlinear action is and how that's going to be governing everything that I do going forward, explain in the post. And if you don't feel like reading it, there's a voiceover. You can just hit play and listen. Which hopefully all my stuff will be doing that from now on. Yeah, anybody else got anything that they want to?
Subscribe to my Substack and subscribe to Carrie's Substack too, because we all have a Substack and we could all use more readers.
My misadventure stuff is going to be coming out there. The first 3 episodes will be free for everybody because it's still on Vela for a little while anyway. And then after that, it's behind the paywall. But I have for the next 6 months until I get through, and then until I get through volume 2, it'll be coming out 3 times a week, and then I'll scale it back to only on Mondays so I can keep up with it.
I'm looking forward to, in a couple weeks, getting my first, you're making a terrible mistake, don't leave us Vela emails. Because all of my stuff will be leaving Vela by February 15th. Because I am done with them. I'm just done. It will be reappearing in other places. Some of it already has collections out that you can get. Others will be reappearing over on projectshadow.com because no one saw it when it was on Vela. Which, like, wasn't that the point of Vela, to get people to see? Anyway, sorry, I'm not going to go after Amazon right now. Not what I'm doing. But yeah. So much stuff is coming from me next year. I apologize ahead of time. I feel like that's how I have to end my final stream this year on this channel is I preemptively apologize for all the stuff next year. Because it's the vast majority of it's already written and ready to go. So I know what it is. And I'm sorry ahead of time. But hopefully y'all will like some of it. I don't know. We'll see. Alrighty. Until then, well, sometime in the new year, have the fun, take care of each other, and hopefully you'll have a very, very happy new year. Bye.
Bye.